Good morning. It is the morning of the spring Equinox 2026 and I'm here in Malvern and I'm going to climb the Beacon. I won't get there for sunrise, but I will get there early because it's just after 6. Sunrise, I think I looked and is at 13 minutes past 6 this morning, so it's about to rise. I'm taking the most direct route up, which apparently is quite steep. I've just spoken to a lady in the car park, so it should be a good workout. I've immediately started to ascend, and I've got my Canon. I have not got my Canon with me. I've got my Sony RX100 7 to take some pictures along the way when the light gets good. Right, this really is steep. So let me just spin you around. See, I've immediately got an obstacle. Keep us safe and happy. And there's an electric fence. So, and look at the gradient on this. Tremendous. I'm just getting knocked over by the gate because it's got such a gradient on it. Right. Okay, so up this steep path. I've been up the Beacon once before with my friend Patrick. So if you're watching, Patrick, hope you're well. Right, onward and upward. I will check in again closer to the top, or if we get some fantastic light. Nice one. So I've been directed in the direction of the Beacon by a guy who did what I was intending to do and get up here well, he left his car at 5 in the morning so he could get the sunrise, which is a little bit disappointing. There's quite a lot of cloud to the east. Looks like it's going to be a glorious day in general. It's just this early morning part which is beautifully still and fantastically atmospheric, but it has blocked out the sun. Look, you can see it just behind me there. Which direction? Maybe here, going round. Behind me now, there's quite a few walkers out now, beginning to enjoy it. I paid £6 for the car park. I was the only car in the car park, and then the guy said, oh, they don't bother if you're just here a short time. They're very generous. If you're here all day, they said they'll stick a ticket on you. Anyway, I feel good to support this, the local area here. Marvellous wildlife, beautiful surroundings. As I'm continuing to make my way up to the Beacon, famous landmark in the Malverns. You've got a series of hills stretching across the Midland countryside. Look into the west, you can see into Wales, and look into the east, I guess see into the Cotswolds. So really, really lovely. This path is quite good. What you might call a metalled road or a metal path. Let me spin you around. And you can see I'm actually on this path here, which is apparently not the most direct route to the summit, but despite being quite steep, probably a bit easier than on the dirt track that I was on previously. Right, I shall see you at the top. On the guy that I was at earlier, he is stood resplendent on a hill taking photographs. Actually, that is good. I'm going to get my camera out and take a picture of him. Can you believe it? We were in such a rush to get out of the house yesterday. The camera's out of battery. I have got a spare battery, but it's in the car. So, in my rush to get up the hill this morning, so complete waste of time bringing that. So I'll have to totally rely on my iPhone for pictures. So the last little bit to the trig point. Ah yes, I remember being up here before. So let's touch the trig point at the top of the beacon. What marvellous hills. I think this is the highest point in the Malverns. There you are. Now there's a little memorial here. Let's have a little look at this. (1897), erected in commemoration of the 60th year of Queen Victoria's reign. 1897. Look at that. So there you are. That's north. Of course, the sun would have been due east today, so it's risen over there. And then let's have a look. This is due south, and then of course there you are, there's looking west, a mist kind of clinging to the lower portions of the landscape, as indeed the mist is clinging to Malvern in the valley there. It will burn off and be an absolutely glorious day. We're just getting a little bit of light at the moment, so even with the iPhone should be able to get some nice snaps hopefully in the non too distant future. Right, back here at the trig point, going to see what Ordnance Survey have got to say for themselves, if I can read it. This monument forms part of the Ordnance Survey National GPS network. If I can read it right, it is an offence to damage it. If found damaged, please ring our helpline on, and then there's a number. Thank you. All right, so don't damage these networks, of course. GPS network, they used to be here for surveying purposes, the trig points around Britain. All right. A sign of the times, I guess. Modern technology. Interesting the way the sunlight is kind of now reflecting off the clouds, and it's given a little bit of light on the landscape, a very, very soft kind of light. It's really, really pleasant. Whether that'll come out in photography, I'm not sure, but Really is absolutely stunningly beautiful up here. Really tremendous. Now I'm trying to be back at the Premier Inn where we're staying for 8 o'clock. The time is now about 20 to 7. So I reckon I've probably got another half an hour up here if I want to, and then scamper back down to the car, drive back. That should get me there for roughly 8 o'clock. So I want to wait for a bit of light, a little bit more light anyway, up here. I'm kicking myself over the Sony RX100. Stuck it in last night, thought, well, I'll take that up to the Beacon tomorrow. Had my spare battery. I've got a little filter kit, but this morning when I was just dumping things out into the car, trying to lighten my load, thought, oh, I won't need any filters this morning. Out they went, and of course out went with the battery with it. Can't win them all. That is admirable. We got some fell runners making their way up here, and a fell running dog behind them. Very inspirational. In the absence of epic landscape shots with the light hitting the hills in a really dramatic fashion, I think I'm just going to take a few more kind of shots here, very clear on the summit of the beacon, and I'll just take a few more kind of close-up shots and ones of the nearby hills, and then I'll make my way back down towards the car. Look, there's a big gap in the rocks there. I don't know if that's natural or man-made. Looks kind of man-made, but who knows. Such a beautiful, beautiful morning. The sun still hasn't peered out, but it will do later, and it'll burn. This cloud will all go, the mist will all go. It's going to be a very sunny day, and which is fantastic. I'm just going to come down. I'm just coming down from the Beacon, and my next port of call is just where that gentleman is running up that hill. I'll go up that one, take a few shots from there, and then head back down towards the car. That looks a good agricultural kind of scene there. Green and yellow containers on wheels. I don't know if it's fertilizer or don't know what it is, not being an agricultural person myself. Maybe something for the sheep, along with the electricity and the wires to shock them if they try and escape. All right, let's ascend this little hill and then descend through the sheep gate down towards the car, back to the hotel, and in fact I'm going to go for a buffet breakfast. You know, Premier Inn buffet breakfast. You can't go wrong. So looking forward to that. Right, let's get to the top of this hill. Right, there's no monument to commemorate Queen Victoria's 60th year of reign on this one, unlike on that one where you just about see the trig point. Still very, very nice, even on this relatively smaller peak. Great views of the surrounding area, shrouded in mist though. Beautiful. Okay, I can I am descending now back towards the car and passing through this very nice wooded area. Such a beautiful morning, still, calm. I can see the car park and the road beneath me. So breakfast beckons. Which way did I go? Oh, yes, I turned left here. Switched back on myself, didn't I? Try and remember to return to the right spot from whence I came. What a fantastic morning's walk, early morning's walk on this spring equinox 2026. Maybe the photography wasn't all it could be, but really enjoyed being here. Thank you for joining me, and I'll see you in the next one.